Well, I'm just gonna go for it anyway. It is 12 o'clock somewhere. Right now, it's 12 o'clock here in the Ville. So anyway, I'm gonna attempt to record a video for you all. I know I'd mentioned in the last couple videos that I'm having some storage issues because of my iPhone, which is a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. So anyway, but I digress. We're not gonna get into that and waste time. So I'm going to try to record this video for you all today out here in the sweltering heat. Today is Wednesday. It is July. I always want to say January. Like, my brain is totally messed up when it comes to time. It is July the 23rd, 2025. It's very July because I'm sweating, like I am profusely sweating in this heat today. But I wanted to say hello to everyone who's been following my journey. So Holly King here. So I decided just a few minutes ago, I was like, I have to go to work here in a bit this evening, and I need to sit outside, even though it's screaming like insanely hot right now in the city at lunchtime. I still feel the need to get some vitamin D. So I do have on some very light sunscreen. I will not be out here long, y'all. I won't. But so I only have a 4 on my skin. Now on my face, you can't see it. I got like a 50 sunscreen on my face, but on my body, I'm using a 4 bronzer. But it's because, y'all, I will not be out here too long. So what do we want to talk about today? Well, let's see. It's Wednesday. It is the 23rd. Tomorrow is the 24th of July, 2025. It is also the new moon in Leo. Okay, so what did I say, y'all? I said tomorrow is a new moon in the sign of Leo. And Leo is about fire and sun energy. So welcome to my backyard. But a new moon is a little different than a full moon energy. And so how I would describe the potential energies of the day tomorrow would be that your shadow, your mental, emotional body, the person inside your head that talks to you, right, will want to be seen. The fact that Leo is a sun sign in the Western astrology zodiac, it means your shadow is really going to want to be seen tomorrow. However, not in a bad way. It wants to play. And so the sign of Leo, as we have entered into the sun sign of Leo as well, so all you peoples having birthdays for the next, let's say 30 days, give or take, right? You all are Leos. So happy birthday to my Leo friends. I completely appreciate you all. I think you're beautiful creatures. You are extremely, eccentric and powerful and beautiful and confident, and you're just structured a certain way. We'll say it like that. From your Scorpio sister to you, Leos, you all are absolutely structured in a pristine way when it comes to energy. So, and I don't mean that trite. You are beautiful, inner child, playful individuals. Stage presence. Leo is regal. Being a fire sign and being a fixed fire sign, there is an element of loyalty in Leo energy. So the fact that our sun is in Leo, that's one thing. But I'm talking about tomorrow, y'all. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, the 24th, the moon's going to be new in Leo. So your sun signs, right? So we go into Leo sun sign, and then that first new moon of the month is in the same sign of the zodiac of the sun. Okay, so basically we have some double fire energy going on right now in our world. And so as a practitioner of, moonology, healing arts, astrology, the zodiac, all the fun things, all the things I love to follow when it comes to what's going on in the universe, right, outside of our realm of existence, I like to know where the sun, moon, and stars are. I love to know where the planets are. It's just become something of not just my career path, because y'all get this. Speaking of that, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Leo energy is about stage presence. It's also very much tied to your career. Okay, so the 10th house is your career house of your zodiac. And so when I look at my little pie chart, I am what's called a Leo midheaven. So in my personal astrology chart, where Leo is in my chart, in my birth chart, it's in my midheaven, okay? So it's at the top of my little circle, my little zodiac circle. In the 10th house, it just clocks over from house 9 to house 10. And that is your house of career. So the fact that my Leo is in my midheaven, it is, y'all. It's the reason why I am so super ultra almost linearly past, it's like my career is like my thing, okay? And I know that sounds crazy because people will say to you, but you're supposed to love God first, and you're supposed to love, your parents first, and you're supposed to love your kids first, and you're supposed to love your spouse first. Well, here's the thing about me. I think you can have all the love for everybody first, and there should be no second. And that is a Leo midheaven. It's like, but I love everything, right? I want all the toys. I want all the books, which we're going to talk about here in just a moment. I want all the information. So Leo desires a lot like Scorpio. And as far as like, how does Scorpio energy and Leo energy play in the sandbox? It can go really, 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 really well together. Hold that thought. And I'll tell you why here in just a moment. My Scorpio needs water. So my Leo is getting her sun. My Scorpio is needing water. Okay, so the thing about the Scorpio-Leo relationship, when we talk about like Western astrological compatibility, it is kind of a do or die thing. It really is. It is like we can do life together and shine so bright in the universe. But if one of those two powerhouse fixed signs of the zodiac, because Scorpio is also a fixed sign of the zodiac, right? Scorpio is fixed water. It is a master of emotional energy, which is so true, so true. And then Leo is like, but I don't want to really harness the energy. I want to let it flow. And so with a Scorpio and with a Leo, you have two of the most dynamic, intense. Again, Leo's ruled by the sun. Right now, my back is getting intense with the heat, right? But y'all, Scorpio energy is like, we are here. We are the water sign. We are the emotional fixed sign of the Western astrology. Leo is the fixed fire sign. So you have to understand how these elements play together in the sandbox, or in my case, in the backyard garden, okay? So why am I telling you all of this? Because I think it's super important as a spiritual arts practitioner, whether it's massage therapy, Reiki, yoga, all the things, y'all, all the things that I do, which I do a lot. Again, 10th house, Leo energy in my natal chart, okay? It's heavy career. It's always creating too, because Leo's about creating. It's like, oh, that piece of it here. Have y'all not seen me do my business in the last 10 years, like my Reiki station business? I am like, next thing we're going to learn, next certification, let's look at those feet, let's tape your butt, let's do this, that, and the other. I mean, kinesio tape, right? Not like taping you up. But y'all, that's how my business runs, okay? And that's how I am as a person. It doesn't make me ADHD per se, although it does. It also makes me like always looking for that next opportunity in life in order to enhance the process. I like to enhance the process. Leo and Scorpios and Tauruses, because they're also the fixed sign of possessions or sign of the zodiac. Fixed signs of the zodiac in general, they like stuff. We are fixed on, we hyperfixate on things, processes, relationships. So anyway, it's so true, which is why I'm sharing this with you all. So I'm gonna switch gears for just a minute. So far so good, we're still recording. Let's talk about what nobody's talking about. Or actually, let's talk about what everybody's talking about. And I'll tell you what I don't want to talk about anymore, but actually I'm going to talk about it because it's insane, y'all. So, books. I ordered Whitney Webb. So Whitney Webb, if you ever see this video, please, honey, know I see you. Oh my gosh, you are in it to win it. And also, I'm praying for you, girl. Like, I am totally praying a hedge of Leo protection around you, girl, because you are mastering the art of the written word. Okay, so this book is volume 1 of Whitney Webb's One Nation Under Blackmail series. Okay, so yes, it is about Mr. Epstein and things that went on, you know, I don't know, for the last 20 years in our in that storyline, okay? But y'all, I opened this book, which is what prompted this video, because I'm like, I'm gonna sit out here and read and not do anything on social media, and here I am, got into like the introduction and went, oh no, people need to hear what's going on. So I want to give you a little information, okay? So I'm going to be digging into a lot of historical books over the next, I don't know, 50 years of my life, because I like information. We talked about that. But this book was printed, okay? This book, the copyright date in this book, y'all, is 2022. So it's 3 years ago. And I'm like, okay, but inside of this book, y'all, she has compiled massive amounts of information. This is volume 1. You can get volume 2. Yes, I ordered volume 2. I believe she's going up to 5 volumes in the series about what's going on, One Nation Under the Blackmail going on in our world. Like, it's just not one story. I'm like, oh my God, you know. But I have been following the independent journalists for so long, y'all, for so long, going, yep. And as we, the people, right, who are out here just grinding away, doing our thing, we're just grinding away, y'all. I'm telling you, you need to know what's going on underneath your nation's capital. So, but I was like, whoa. So where I went, one of the sections, I think my phone's getting hot, y'all. I probably only have a minute. One of the sections I was getting into at first, because I do not go from, I read all over a book. Like I am all over the book. She gives a list of the abbreviations of all of these organizations, okay, from banking to our government to you name it, you know, Midwest corporations. Like there's a list of abbreviations in here. It's just one page when she's referring to all those 3-letter, 4 or 5-letter organizations. Like she's got so much documentation in here. If you need to know something about the world at large, come get a reading, okay? Because I'm telling you, it's about resources, okay? It is about understanding that we are, y'all, made up of divine energy, and the fact that we are watching our patriarchal system crumble. It's just going, right? It's just cracking down. And yet still, we, the people, still got to get up, go to work, you know, change our cat litter box, wash our hair. Hopefully we got toilet paper. Like, it's like that for us, right? But don't think for 2 seconds, I am not behind the scenes, y'all, studying this out, okay? Because I do not want to flagrantly, I had to say that word carefully, I don't want to flagrantly just be throwing information out there and driving y'all crazy. That would not be good for my own health and wellness, right? Nor my life force. So, but because I am like, well, let's start to put the puzzle of the pieces of the puzzle together over the last 120 years of our nation's history. And let's just ask ourselves for 2 seconds, are we holding ourselves accountable for everything that we do in the world? Like, at the end of the day, y'all, the moral of the story is you can be as nasty as you want to human beings. You can be as nasty as you want. But at the end of the day, the moon, the stars, the planet, the heat, the sun, it will still affect you, okay? So, I love you all very much, and I want you to know that I'm praying for you behind the scenes. There is a lot going on in the world around us. My neighbor apparently needs a muffler. So if anyone wants to kick in on that, just go ahead and contact me. But y'all, I see so much. In the world I live in, I see and I hear and I experience so much crazy talk that it makes me sane. Like, it's like, oh, I get it. And when you, as a practitioner of healing energy, can mirror somebody back without harsh judgment of what they've done, maybe they made a mistake, maybe not, you know, it's like it goes back to intention. What was the intention? You know, what has been the intention of our political processes, you know, since the turn of the 20th century, okay? So those are the questions that sometimes it's like we would like a little clarification, just a little clarification of where are we going in the process of collective consciousness. And then you look at your own natal chart, you go, where do I fit in all this? And then you realize, oh, I'm heavy in career house, and I'm heavy in, occult knowledge, and I'm heavy in getting married 5 times, and I'm a Scorpio, and I'm heavy into like, sacral stuff. And it's like, oh, this ain't nothing but a thing, y'all. Ain't nothing but a thing. So anyway, I'm melting. My sunblock is melting. And so I will, and I got a phone call coming in, which I will not answer because it's a scammer. So much scammy stuff. So much scammy stuff comes in. I'm telling you all, it's just scammy phone calls all day long. That's for another day. Okay, so, but get you the books, okay? And if you would like a reading, you would like a massage, you would like Reiki, you would like to do some yoga, maybe you want a herbal foot soak and a sugar scrub. Salt scrub, not sugar. I'm using salt. Salt, sugar, salt. So anyway, I'm doing all the things, y'all. I'm doing all the things. And all the while, y'all thought I was just sitting around with my thumb up my butt, suntanning my boobs. So anyway, I do that too. So anyway, love y'all, live the dream. Remember, we'll see you later. All right, peace out. Bye.